Hi, this is Jeff Lovett, and thanks for watching my Basics of Small Business Marketing video training series. And today we're going to talk about something that is very, very important for you as a small business person to grasp and develop for your business, and that is something called your unique selling proposition. You probably have heard that term before. You're not really sure what it means. Well, let me tell you really quickly that a unique selling position is something that every business should have, because if you don't know how to define yourself and set yourself apart from your competition, then neither will your customers. A unique selling proposition is simply this: a statement about what your business does differently that satisfies people's wants and problems in a way that nobody else does or can do. It has to be totally unique, totally yours, and has to directly address whatever it is that your customer wants or solve a problem that your customer may have. So why is it so important to have a unique selling proposition? Well, just look around you. You know, a few years ago in your small town, you may be the only person that was selling shoes, or maybe the only bakery in town. Now there's bakeries and shoe places everywhere. There's the big box stores. There's people online that are selling us shoes. There's people online that are selling us bread. There's people online that are selling us everything. So all those things your small business has done for years that you think are totally unique, unfortunately, everybody else is doing them too. You have to have a way to make your business really stand out. So where do you begin? Well, we're going to go back to the previous video where I talked about how you have to find out what your customers want or what your customers' problems are, because if you don't know what those are, there's no way you can really craft a great unique selling proposition. Your USP has to speak directly to that want or that problem, and you have to avoid saying the same things that everyone says. Now, this is the problem that I see in most businesses that think they have a great unique selling proposition. It really is just a cliche. It's things like Bob's Shoes, the biggest selection of shoes in town. You know, John's Bakery, the lowest prices on bread in town. Unfortunately, everybody says that. And if everybody says they have the lowest prices, if everybody says they have the greatest service, if everybody says they have the biggest inventory, then that means that those phrases really don't mean anything anymore. So avoid all those common things that are splashed on banners and stuck out outside of a business. Those really don't mean anything to customers anymore. They don't cut you away from the herd and make you different in any way. They just make you seem like you do everything that everybody else does. Think about ways that you can solve your customers' problems or fulfill desires or wants like no one else. Maybe you're open later. Maybe you have 10,000 parts in stock. Maybe you have a full replacement guarantee and nobody else in the industry offers that. Listen, maybe you do sell the same thing your competition does, but you have to find out what your customers really, really want that all the competitors out there are not giving them. And let me give you a great example of that. A little small pizza place years ago delivered pizzas in town, and they did what everybody else did. You call them on the telephone, bring me a pizza. Sure, we'll bring it to you. Well, the guy that owned this chain of pizza places said, let's do something that nobody else does. And it wasn't delivering pizza. It was making a guarantee that really stuck out with the public and really catapulted this company to a worldwide corporation that's worth millions and millions of dollars. I'm talking about Domino's Pizza. They could have said, Domino's, we deliver. But boy, how much more effective was it than when Domino's said, Domino's Pizza, we'll deliver it to you hot and fresh in 30 minutes, or it's free. Now that's a unique selling proposition that really set them apart from everyone else in the pizza delivery business. You can do the same thing that Domino's did. You can disrupt your market by doing something that nobody else does, something that just delights your customers, and they'll talk about it, because that's really what happened with Domino's. They started this thing very small, and people started talking about it, and soon it just spread like wildfire. So the first thing in this exercise is to think about what makes your business truly unique. Don't compare yourself to other businesses. Don't have a bunch of cliches that everyone else uses. So before this video comes to a close, let's quickly recap. How do you develop a unique selling proposition for your business? Well, the first thing to think about is what your customers really want, what kind of problems they have that you can solve, and how can you do it in such a unique way that your customers are just going to go, wow, something that really delights them. Avoid cliches. Avoid comparing yourself to other businesses. You know, there's a lot of competition out there, and you've got to do something to make yourself kind of rise to the top of the flood of people in your category. And all it takes is just a well-tuned, unique selling proposition. Let me show you one more example. And this has got to be the greatest unique selling proposition ever created. It was by a company that was doing overnight shipping back in the early 80s. Now, they've been around for a while, and they did pretty much everything everybody else did. They picked up packages and they delivered them across the street, across the world. A lot of people were doing that back then. But this company decided to do something that would really set them completely apart. So they came up with this phrase: when it absolutely, positively has to be there overnight, ship it by FedEx. That changed their whole company. One simple sentence. The same thing can happen to you. What makes you unique? How are you different from your competition? Think about that and start developing your own unique selling proposition. Now, if you need some help, of course, I'll be glad to sit down and talk to you about some options and really kind of how to get started. You can click on the button on the bottom of this page and contact me directly. Hope you watch our very next video where we talk about why it is so important for you to really promote your business first with your current customers if you want to see phenomenal growth in your business. Hope you'll be watching.